What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. As you can see, I am not in my usual studio today or my usual location, my music hub as I like to call it. And the reason for that is it's a Friday, going to chill, but the reactions don't stop, ladies and gentlemen. They continue. So without further ado, we are going to be reacting today Assassin's Creed theme. Now it's from the second game, uh, Ezio. Arguably the game to maybe kick off this iconic franchise. We've got a new one around the corner, which I am excited for. But without further ado, we're gonna be breaking down the score, not the gameplay, the score. Because as a composer myself, I like to listen, I like to learn. So join me on this journey uh, to react and break down this iconic soundtrack. Now, I will say a lot of these soundtracks I have already listened to. But they've inspired me. That's the main thing. These gaming soundtracks are iconic. We will be getting into some film and TV soundtracks because there's iconic ones. Game of Thrones, Godfather, Star Wars. There's so many iconic films, but maybe they haven't been broken down in a way that I break them down. Without further ado, let's get into it. That guitar, just off in the mix is. You could even say here, like this is the reason why it's most replayed. The minute the vocals kick in, um, Assassin's Creed 2 was with Ezio, and Ezio as a character invited like a welcoming feeling. Um, he was funny, he was charismatic, he was a bit egotistical. Uh, he was confident as well. Um, and I think this, and I feel like this soundtrack fully represents that. Just the beginning bit. Wait for it to kick in now. It just invites an Italian warm feeling, especially with the guitars and in just to the left a little bit in the mix. Um, it just invites such a welcoming feeling. Let's see how they let's have a look where they take this though. That little extra vocal cadence, that like the vocal cadence there, just it just makes it so iconic, guys. Just listen. It's just it's so good. A lot of emotion into it. Vulnerability as well in these vocals. Some yeah. Goes louder as well. The piano in the background as well. It's kind of like you're going up in the levels. You're assassinating one kind of small opponent, and then you're just climbing up the ladder as the keys on the piano just go up, up, up. Because that's you as a player, you play as Ezio, and then all of a sudden you're pulled into the assassins and all of this type of stuff and all of this drama. You're just going up in the chain of command. Just listen. Oh, so beautiful. That was a hell of a transition. I love that. So her vocals just go higher and higher, and then because she can't take it higher, the violins come in and just take over the score and just go higher an octave. That was a hell of a transition. Listen. Oh. And it's almost like a duet now with the female vocalist now with the strings, and it's like a duet. She's kind of taken that middle to lower frequency, and they're taking the higher frequency, and they're almost having a duet together. Bringing it back to the guitar. The guitar riffs that you can hear off in the distance as well, the little like the little riffs in the background, I think adds a little bit to this. I just love that transitioning, almost just duality there. It was really powerful. And I think it also, like, this score really does speak to the Ezio family. I mean, it's called Ezio's family track, but it's almost like a staple of Assassin's Creed. Like the oh, like kind of like with when we broke down the Halo soundtrack. The oh, but this is iconic for Assassin's Creed. I feel like what's interesting about this is, as a player playing Assassin's Creed 2 as a kid, the sadness that you get about Ezio's family in number 2, uh when you come back and you have to go on the run, and you neglect your family, and your family dies and all that type of stuff, spoilers. But I feel like the sadness that this score, the soundtrack reaches, I think it perfectly embodies, like, if you've never played the games, first off, if you haven't, you're missing out. But if you've never played the games, you just listen to this, you know something tragic underneath this, but there's also a lot of hope springing. But the female vocalist, I think she's holding it down. She's adding in that emotion. Where you as a player, you witness what you witness. So sad. Sorry, that's my dog. Hello. So the electric guitar there is probably, I think they slapped that in there. They introduce it quite late, which is, I think, it's great. But I think the reason why they slapped the electric guitar in there is because it just adds a bit of action. Uh, pursuit of someone, a target. I think it's adding in the anger. I think that electric guitar there follows the same pattern, I think, as the guitar, and a lot of the motifs. A lot of motifs recur through this soundtrack as well. But You know, when you the like, I think it just drives home the anger that Ezio feels with what happened to his family. Also, I think they added in quite suddenly as well because of this. Like, if you played the games, the sudden danger that he was in. The soundtrack, like, sorry, the kind of the strings just different in the mix. I think it just constant, like, it adds that anxiety feeling because of the job he's in, and I think how important it is as well. Just the sudden, any moment something can go on, so that anxiety, like looking over your shoulder, maybe someone's following you. The no 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 no, like, you know, kind of a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit like the Jaws theme as well. Just listen to that string off in the distance. No 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 no, just looming, kind of like he has to check his surroundings because people in the distance are kind of giving him a looking to. Beautiful. It's all coming together now. Building up. Shout out to one of the greatest soundtracks um, to ever touch forth on this planet, along with Halo, along with the World War II soundtrack, you know, with Call of Duty, along with the Destiny 2 Lullaby, all the soundtracks that we've been covering this month on Composer Reacts. If I have to sum up that composition, I think for us aspiring composers, because I'm an aspiring composer as well, that's why I'm doing this, because, like, you know, I got a bachelor's degree. Like, I've studied soundtracks, and I've loved listening to soundtracks all of my life. And I think we all can take, you know, look at this soundtrack and really home in on motifs, number one. And number two, make sure as well, because even at the end of this, when it all ramps up and it all hits, excuse me, it all hits the climax, no instrumentation overlaps. It all sounds nice and everything fits. There's no, ooh, even when they added the electric guitar, just a little bit of that bass, like the electric guitar in, just the veracity of that. It didn't go, ooh, it didn't sound jarring. It made sense, and it also makes sense when it's played in the medium it is intended for. It fits even perfectly. And again, one of the most iconic soundtracks in gaming history. But that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back. I'll be back on Monday with a reaction. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on all notifications. Make sure you leave comments as well. What would you like me to react to? It could be anything, but like composing related. It could be a scene. It could be a cinematic. It could be just. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like me to react to. And until my next video, guys. Bye bye.